In this video, we will start our new chapter, that is algebraic expression. We will see introduction and exercise 12.1. Let us start our new chapter, algebraic expression. Now, what is algebraic expression? Now, algebraic expression are formed from variable and constant. We use the operation of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on the variables and constant to form expression. Now dear student, what is algebraic expression? Now in this algebraic expression it is formed from the variable and constant. See here, it is one kind of a, see, the value of variable are x, y, any alphabetical letter you can take, x, y, z, p, q, r, like that, and it is formed from the variable and constant. See, the coefficient, the value of the number without any variable is known as a constant term, and we use the various operation of addition, subtraction and multiplication and division on the variable. See here, it is one kind of expression in which addition is applied. You can apply subtraction sign also, and if there is any multiple, see, this coefficient is in the multiple form with the variable, or any division. Division means 5x by 2, means if any expression is divided in this way with any constant term, and a variable cannot be in denominator. This you have to remember. So such kind of example is known as algebraic expression. Now in this now here, for example, 4xy plus 7 is formed from the variable x and y and constant 4 and 7. Now dear student, here see that this expression which is a 4xy plus 7 is formed from the variable of x and y. See here, variable of x and y, and the constant 4 and 7. See here, the constant 4 and 7, the constant 4 and the variable x and y are multiplied. The constant of 4 is multiplied with the variable x and y to form the product of x and y, and the constant 7 is added to form the expression. Now in this when it get added with the 7, it forms one kind of a expression. Suppose if here any kind of a subtraction is there, then also it is known as an expression. The coefficient is a numericals factor in the term. Now see, what is known as a coefficient? So it is a numerical factor in the term 3xy. The coefficient is 3. Now take for example, if in that in the numerical factor of 3xy, the coefficient is 3, means the value which is multiplied with the variable. Now the expression are made up of term. Expression with one term is called monomial, two term is called binomial, and the three term is called trinomial. Means if suppose in the expression only one term is there, it is known as monomial. Suppose if it is if there is a two term, it is known as a binomial. If there are three term, it is known as trinomial. Now any expression with one or more term is polynomial. Means suppose if there are more terms are there, means more than 4 term, 5 term, 6 term, it is known as a polynomial. Now term which have the same algebraic factor are like term, means if suppose both the term comparison between two expression, means if both the terms having a same algebraic factor, means here also xy and here also xy, so we can say they are a like term, and the term which has a different algebraic factors are unlike term, means here negative 2y is there and here positive 4x is there. Here both the factors are different, so they are unlike term. When we add two or more than two algebraic expressions, the like term are added and the unlike terms are left as they are. Now as the sum of 5x and 2x is equals to 7x. Now dear student, here whenever we used to add two or more than algebraic expression, the like term are always get added. Means here 5x plus 2x always becomes 7x, and the sum of 5x and 3y is not possible. So it is kept like that only. Now let us start our exercise 12.1. Get the algebraic expression in the following cases using variable, constant and arithmetic operation. Now dear student, here we have to form the algebraic expression. Here the condition is given. Now the subtract of z from y. We have to subtract z from y, so y minus z. It's very simple. Now 1/2 of the sum of an number x and y. Now dear student, here you have to do the 1/2 of the sum of x and y. Sum of x and y means x plus y, and just make a half of it to multiply with half, or you can do x plus y upon 2. the number z multiplied by itself, means z should be multiplied by itself, means z into z gives z square. 1/4 of the product of a P and Q, means 1/4 of the product of P and Q means first you have to make a multiple of P and Q, then you have to make a 1/4 of it, that is 1/4 multiplied by P and Q, or you can write a PQ upon 4. Number x and y both squared and added. Both square means you have to make a square of x and square of y, then you have to add, that means x square plus y square. Then product of a number x and z subtracted from 10, means you have to subtract product of z and y from 10. So 10 minus product of y and z is yz, so 10 minus yz. Now sum of a number a and b subtracted from their product. Now you have to subtract the sum of a and b from its product. The product of a and b is 2 in a into b, that is ab. So you have to subtract that is sum of a number a and b. Sum of a number means a plus b. Sum of a number a and b means a plus b. So you have to subtract a plus b from the product, that is a into b. So a into b minus a plus b. Let us see question number 2. In that first one, identify the terms and their factors in the following expression. Show the terms and factor by tree diagram. Now dear student, here as we all know that expression having a two term is known as a binomial. Now this is the first expression, that is x minus 3. So which are the term are x and minus 3. To see how to, so first write down expression in this way, then write down the term. See, its term are x and negative 3, and the factors are x into my negative 3, that is x and negative 3. Then as it is told that you have to show the term and a factor by tree diagram. See, this is a tree diagram. Now the first second expression is 1 plus x square. Now the terms are x and x square. So write down the terms here, 1 x and x square. And what are the factor of 1 is 1 only, factor of x is x only, factor of x square are x and x, that is x into x. Let us see the next one, that is y minus y cube. So which are the term of a y and y cube? Term of y minus y cube is y and minus y cube. Dear student, you have to put a sign also. If it is in negative, then you have to put negative sign. Now the factor of y is y, factor of y cube is y into y into y. And here negative y cube is there, so multiply it with negative 1. So show it in a factor tree method. The terms are y and negative y cube, and the factors of y is y, and factors of negative y cube is negative 1 y into y into y. Then the next one is 5xy square plus 7x square y. So what are the term that is 5xy square and 7x square y. Now the factor of 5xy square are 5x y into y, and the factors of 7x square y are 7x into x into y. X square means x into x. Now express it in a tree diagram. So see here that here are the two terms, that is 5xy square and 7x square y, and the factor of 5xy square are 5 into x into y into y. How you got this y into y? That is y square, value of y square is y into y, and 7x square y, factor of 7x square y, that is 7 into x into y. Now the next one is negative ab plus 2b square minus 3a square. Now which are the term? These are the term, that is negative ab, positive 2b square, negative 3a square. These are all term, and factors of ab are here negative ab is there, so negative 1 into a into b, and factor of 2b square are 2b into b. B square means b into b, and factor of negative 3a square means negative 3 means negative 1, or you can write negative 3 into a into a. Now let us express it in a tree diagram. First write down all the term, that is this is the expression, that is negative ab plus positive 2b square, negative 3a square, that is these are the term, negative ab, positive 2b square, negative 3a square. Now the factors of negative ab is negative 1 into a into b, and the factor of 2b square is 2 into b into b, and factor of negative 3a square is negative 3a into a. Now in that only sub question number 2, identify terms and factors in the expression given below. Now we have to again identify the terms and factor. Now here no need to express it in a tree diagram. Now the first one is negative 4x plus 5. Now the terms are negative 4x and 5. Write down in this way, negative 4x and 5. And the factors of negative 4x will become negative 4 into x, and factor of 5 will become 5 only. Then b1 negative 4x plus positive 5y. Now here the terms are, these two are term, that is negative 4x and positive 5y, and the terms of negative 4x is negative 4 into x and 5y 5 into y. Then the c1 5y plus 3y square, the terms are 5y and 3y square, and the factor of 5y is 5 into x, and factor of 3y square, that is 3 into y into y. Then the d1 xy plus 2x square and y square, the terms are x and xy, and the second term, that is 2x square y square, and the factor of xy is x into y, and the factor of 2x square y square is 2 into x into x, y into y. Then the e, that is pq plus q, the terms are pq and q, and the factors of pq is p into q, and the factor of q is q. Now in that only the next one, that is 1.2 AB minus 2.4B plus 3.6A. Now the terms are, first is 1.2 AB, then the second term, that is negative 2.4B, and the third one is 3.6A. These are the term, and the factor of 1.2 AB is 1.2 into A into B, and the factor of negative 2.4b is negative 2.4 into b, and factor of 3.6a, that is 3.6 into a. Then the g, that is 3 by 4x plus 1 by 4. The terms are 3 by 4x and 1 by 4, and the factor of 3 by 4x is 3 by 4 into x, and factor of 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. Then 0.1 p square plus 0.2 q square. The terms are 0.1 p square and 0.2 q square. Then the factor of the term, that is 0.1 p square is 0.1 p square means p into p, and 0.2 q square means 0.2 q into q. Let us start question number 3. Identify the numerical coefficient of the term other than constant in the following expression. Now dear student, here the constant term means the term having no variable. Now other than constant, we have to find the value of a coefficient, means see the first one is 5 minus 3 t square. Here you have to ignore this 5, it is a constant term, and you have to find the coefficient of the another term, that is 3 t square. What is the coefficient of 3t square? The numerical coefficient means 3 is the, that is coefficient of negative 3t square is negative 3 is a coefficient. Now for the next one, 1 plus t square plus t cube. Now the here the coefficient, here the, this is the constant term, you have to ignore this value. Now coefficient of t, here no number is the numerical is there, so you have to consider it as a 1. For t square no numerical is there, so you have to consider it as a 1, and for t cube also 1. That is coefficient of t is 1, coefficient of t square is 1, coefficient of t cube is 1. Then for the third one, x plus 2xy plus 3y, the coefficient of x is, you have to consider it as a 1. The coefficient of 2xy, that is numerical 2 is there, so you have to consider 2 as a coefficient, and for 3y, here the numerical is 3, so you have to consider it as a coefficient 3 for 3y. Now for the next one, coefficient of, that is 100m plus 1000n, the coefficient of 100m is 100 and 1000n is 1000. Now the coefficient in this, for negative p square q square plus 7pq, here there is a no numerical, the coefficient of negative p square q square is negative 1, and here the coefficient of 7pq is 7, numerical is 7. Here the coefficient of 1.2a plus 0.8b, coefficient of 1.2a is 1.2, and coefficient of 0.8b is 0.8. Now for the next one, coefficient of 3.14 r square is 3.14. You have to consider this numerical as a coefficient of that particular variable. Now here 2 in bracket L plus B, so solve it, you will get 2L plus 2B. That means the coefficient of 2L is 2 and coefficient of 2B is 2. Then the next one is 0.1y plus 0.01y square. Here the coefficient of y is 0.1 and the coefficient of 0.01y square is 0.01. Now let us see some question number 4. Identify terms which contain x and give coefficient of x. Now dear student, here the terms are given. We have to identify the term which contain x. So two terms are there. So here out of two terms, that is y square x plus y. In this the first term contain x. So write down y square plus x and we have to write the coefficient of x. So you have to leave this x and you have to write down the y square. Y square is a coefficient of x. Write down y square over here. See, I had repeat two column like this. Then for the second one, two terms are there. You have to write down the term which contain x. So here it is the term which contain x, that is minus 8yx. And what is the coefficient of x? So you have to write down minus 8y is a coefficient of x. Write down 8y, negative 8y. Then for the third one, x plus y plus 2, three terms are there. So only the term contain x, that is x only, and its coefficient is 1. If no numerical is there, so you have to write 1. You have to consider 1. The next one is 5 plus zx. Here the three terms are there. The term contain x is this, that is zx. Write down over here zx, and the coefficient of x is z. Now for the fifth one, 1 plus xy. Three terms are there. Here this out of that second term contain x and coefficient of second term is 1 only. See here, coefficient of x is 1, I have written over here, and the third term contain x, that is xy. The coefficient of x is y, here I have written. Now 12xy square plus 25, the term see here, first term contain x, that is write down 12xy square over here, and the coefficient of this x is 12y square. Whatever is left, you have to exclude this x and write down the coefficient is 12y square. Then the 7x plus xy square, here two terms are there. The terms, this first term contain x, that is 7x, and its coefficient will be 7. See, I have written over here. And the second term also contain x and its coefficient is y square. So terms x y square, its coefficient is y square. B. Identify term which contain y square and give the coefficient of y square. Now here two terms are there, 8 minus xy square. Now we have to identify the term which contain y square. Here x y square. See, the second term contain y square, so write it over here. Term which contain y square, that is negative x y square. Then what is the coefficient of y square? So negative x. You have to write negative x over here. Coefficient of, you have to exclude this y square, negative x. Then the next one is the term contain y square, that is 5y square plus 7x. The term contain out of the both the term, which term contain y square, so that is 5y square. The term contain y square, that is 5y square, and the coefficient of 5y square is 5. Then 2x square y minus 15xy square plus 7y square. Now here the term contain y square. See, the second term and the third term. So write down the term contain y square, that is negative 15xy square and 7y square over here, and the coefficient of negative 15xy square is negative 15x, and the coefficient of 7y square is 7. Then question number 5, classify into monomial, binomial and trinomial. Student, in introduction only we saw that the term, the expression having two term is known as binomial. So here first one is having two term, that is 4y minus 7z, two term, the binomial. Only one term, that is y square, one term, monomial. X plus y plus minus xy, x plus y minus xy, that is 1 2 3 terms are there. So trinomial, it is known as trinomial. See, here it is only one constant term, that is monomial. 1 2 3, ab minus a minus b, 1 2 3 terms are there, that is, it is known as trinomial. 5 minus 3t, that is 2 terms are there, it is known as binomial. Now after that 4p square q minus 4pq square, that is 2 terms are there, it is a binomial. 7nm, only one term, that is monomial. 1 2 3 terms, z square minus 3z plus 8, that is 1 2 3 terms are there, it is known as trinomial. A square plus b square, that is 2 terms, is a binomial. Z square plus z, that is 2 terms, in a binomial. 1 plus x square, that is 1 2 3 terms are there, that it is known as trinomial. Then question number 6, state whether a given pair of a term is like or unlike term. Now dear student, here two terms are there, two pairs are there. So if and 1 and 100, it is both constant term, so they are like term. Then minus 7x and 5 by 2x, so here both the term having variable x, so it is known as like term. Then negative 29x and negative 29y, so here both the terms having different variable, so they are unlike term. Then 14xy and 42yx, here both the terms having same variable, only the differences is of here it is xy and here it is yx, and it is in multiple form, that is xy equals to xy only and yx equals to also xy only, so both having a same variable, so it is known as like term. Then 4m square p and 4mp square, here both the term having different variable, here it is m square p and here it is mp square, so they are unlike term. Then 12xz, then 12x square y z square, here also both the term having different variable, that is here it is only xz and here it is x square z square, so they are unlike term. Then last question, that is identify the like term in the following. See here the whole question is given: minus x y square, minus 4y x square, 8x square, 2x y square, 7y, negative 11x square, negative 100x, negative 11yx, 20x square y, negative 6x square y, 2xy, 3x. Now out of all, now first you find out the like term of this, that is negative xy square. The negative xy square should be there. So xy square, see, find out of all xy square is there. Yes, here it is. That is 2xy square. You have to, dear student, here you just have to see the variable, not the sign. So write down together both like term. There is negative xy square and 2xy square. Then find out the like term of negative 4yx square. See, yx square, here it is. So see, here interchange should be there. xy square, see here, yx square or x square y, both are same only. Yx square or x square y, because multiple of both gives x square y only, multiple of both gives x square y only. So write down negative 4yx square and 20x square y. Then find out the like term of 8x square. Find out here it is 11x square and negative 6x square. So write down all together, that is 8x square, negative 11x square and negative 6x square. Then 7y. So find out the like term of 7y. See here, y. So write it over here. Then 100x. X you have to find, see the term having a variable x, that is negative 100x and 3x. Write it together. Then 11yx and 2xy. Yx and 2xy both are same. So write down negative 11yx and 2xy. Now in this last one, out of all, again you have to find out all the like term, that is 10pq, 7p, 8q, negative p square q square, negative 7qp, 100q, negative 23, 12 q square b square, negative 5p square, 41, 240, 2405p, 78 qp, 13 p square q, qp square, 701 p square. Now first if we find the like term of pq, let us find whether pq is there. Yes, qp is there. pq, qp both are same, and one more qp is there. So write out all together 10 pq, then negative 7 qp, then 78 qp. Write down over here 78 qp. Then 7p, only p should be there. So p here, see here, p. So 2405p. So write down both together. Then 8q, only q you have to find. 8q here, see, negative 100q. So write it together, 8q and negative 100. Then let us take only the constant term, 23, negative 23. With that, what we will write, this 41. So write down negative 3 and 41. Then after that, this thing over. Now this also over. Now after that, p square, negative 5p square, negative 5p square, p square here, qp square, it will not come, q will not come, only p square you have to find. So this 701 p square, so negative with negative 5 p square you have to write 701 p square. So write down negative 5 p square and 701 p square. Then after that what is left? This p square q. So here q p square q or q p square, both are same, so write it together. Now here many terms are there which have no like term, that is such as q square b will is not having any like term, so you have to keep as it is only. And this negative p square and q square, it also not having any like term, so no need to take these two.